Good morning, everyone. It's Lori-Lynn, Spirit Within Us, and thank you for being here this morning. It is a cold and chilly day in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So I guess it's what I would call a book and a movie kind of day, or a Drop Dead Diva kind of day. The new series that it's an older series that I've been watching. And so I am going to do just a general universal reading. So take with you what resonates. There's always a message in the cards for everybody, and it's just for you to discern. What's important today, it's always what catches my eye, but what's important today is to really listen to your intuition, to get to know your intuition really well, but it's going to serve you in some purpose, with some purpose today. So go with those thoughts. They're actually nudges from their guidance, from spirit or from your guides. And so they're opening something within you or around you. And so there is something that's happening in your life at this time that needs to be opened up. But it's like there's a block there. And so what is it that is necessary for us to do to remove the block or to get through or around the block? And so depending on what that is, we should be able to find out. But that's just the first thing that came out that just seems very important today. And it's also about speaking with honesty and your truth. So not denying yourself, whatever it is that you want or desire. Denying ourselves is not part of our, I'd say, life plan. Our life plan is always filled with making the most out of our life from what we have. And so this is really about speaking up. So I'm interested in what the cards are going to say in that regard. So the two things that are important are your intuition and your voice. Okay? And listening for just the messages that you're getting and saying, yeah, I need to start that today. Well, and there we go. Okay, so the first card that we pick is asking opens up a doorway or a pathway. And so when I ask questions of my inner being, I discover that beautiful and helpful answers will always come to me. So if we don't ask, we're not going to receive. We have to ask for what we want. And this could be from another or from the universe. So if you're at a place right now that you just don't know what to do, spend some time just doing the breathing. And I know that I talk about breathing a lot. It's because meditation and breathing, I'm very, very passionate about it. Hypnosis, what I call hypnomeditation, to going into a trance-like state. And from that place, that's a place where we just let go of all those limitations that we have. And we just ask ourselves what we truly, truly want. And so whenever we don't know what to do, the best place to turn is within and ask for guidance and then listen. And so this actually really very much relates to what I just said, because the first part is about listening and the second part is about when our answers come to us. Sometimes they come slowly, sometimes they come quickly, and they come in different forms. A knowing, a sense, an image, a name, or a picture in your head of a next step. A possible pathway will open up, but we have to ask. And it's actually, if you can start taking note of this, like get a book and write down, I've asked for this, and then when it's happened so many times in my life that I've said, this is what I really, really want. And then the next thing you know it's there. And I don't know how it got there. It just got there. So you discover that answers come when you ask for them. And when you give yourself enough time and space to listen for answers, for guidance, and it's essential to ask for guidance with the expectation that you will receive some sort of guidance. It may be in a different form. It may not be what you're thinking, unless you're very, very, very clue, but you have to just ask for what you want. And then wait calmly and quietly for the insights and the ideas to flow towards you. And when we ask, this gives us a positive expectation, and it opens us up to a world of possibility. When we realize that when we put that out into the universe, out into the world, that we will receive back. It opens new doorways to new information, fresh energy, and to the unexpected as well. So it's very important that to remember that it's the asking. We can't just sit around and think that others know exactly what we want. We have to ask. So ask, and we have to know what we want. So blue is a really important color today. Really, really important color. And blue represents our throat chakra. And then there's the violet, which is our third eye chakra, which possibly can be recognized at the same time, because perhaps what we're wanting so much at this time, we know we need for our journey as a soul. Okay, so that's the first card that comes up. Wow. Okay, so the second card is the unknown, and it says, I bow to the infinite intelligence of the cosmos, and my next steps are revealed. So it actually just goes hand in hand with the last card. It's actually quite a beautiful card. And so kind of what I'm seeing from looking at the card is that as she's waiting and with a sense of knowing, with a sense that she knows that something is coming her way if she's asked for it, if she's wanted it, and to be patient, because patience is a virtue. We have to be patient with ourselves. We have to be gentle with ourselves, because what can happen if we don't get what we want right away? We get down on ourselves, or we stop believing in ourselves. So perhaps the lesson at this time is understanding that we need to fully believe in what we deserve and what we've earned. And so when you find yourself at a crossroads, and perhaps where something's ended and something's opening up or about to be, there's a lot of people right now that are at a crossroads because there's so much unknown. We don't know about jobs. We don't know about so many things at this time. So there seems to be a lot of fear. But let's turn the fear around into trust. And universally, if we all trusted in the divine guidance, knowing that we're all children of the universe, children of God, and then we become patient with ourselves. And so we trust that the universe creates the space for the new to enter into our lives. Always keep your heart open to this and embrace the mystery of knowing that we can't hurry the process. It'll come when it comes. It'll happen when it happens. We just have to allow it. So it really does seem that the most part of this is that in asking, which is the first card, and then the knowing means we need to learn about patience, and mostly patience with ourselves, and believing that we deserve and we've earned. And it's almost like just letting go, but letting go means putting it out into the universe and not clinging to and bringing and then thinking, oh, this step is here, that step's there, and just keeping moving. Sometimes we need to slow down because we can't hurry the process. We need to learn what we need to learn to get to where we need to be. So sometimes when I don't know when, or I don't know how, or I don't know with whom, something magical happens. And that's journaling. What's kind of what journaling is all about. So you can recognize and see that we are on a soul's path, and we need to open ourselves up to our soul's growth. And in doing so, we enter a change portal in our soul's journey that calls us to bow to a design and intelligence that's infinitely greater than ourselves. And so living in this space of the unknown calls for courage, patience, curiosity, and trust. Okay? Also, very importantly, is to reach out for support from those who love you. And know who those people truly are that you can turn to, that you can go to in times of your greatest needs, those that you can rely on. And sometimes it's just to vent, or sometimes it's just for them to remind you that you are an incredible person, that you are loved and cared for. So open your heart to the loving guidance of the divine. So it's really about bowing to the infinite intelligence of the universe, of the cosmos, of our highest self, and that's when our next steps are revealed. Okay, so the next three cards that go with this are from the tarot deck, the Mystic Tarot. And so the first card is the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is really about Pentacles is typically about, it's an earth sign, so it's a slower moving sign, but this is about understanding or bringing together the mind, body, spirit. And in doing this, and that's creating a balance. And so it's about receiving. And so we have to be open in all areas of our lives to really be open and not be open for the right reasons. To know why you want what you want. To know why, and to clear away the blocks, and then we will receive in accordance to our desires, wishes, dreams, hopes. So that's about the asking. And the second card, gosh, this is all about asking. Okay, so this is the second card, is the Page of Swords. And pages are about messages. So a message will be coming soon, or could be coming soon in some way. But it almost does exactly what the last two cards, or the first two cards, said. And that's that you have to put that energy out there. You have to put it out there. You can't just, this is a lot about, sorry, the messages just come sometimes really fast. But this is about understanding and knowing that you deserve, that you're worthy of, that you've earned what you're asking for. And so you've made the changes, and you've made the changes all throughout mind, body, spirit. And that's that unilateral connection to the divine. And from that space, knowing what you want, and then once you've put your wishes, desires to the universe, your prayers will be answered. And so there is a message coming towards you, but you have to be open to that message. So that's becoming calm, not becoming more frustrated or angry or feeling of self-doubt. This is so much about worthiness and being worthy of what you truly, truly want and deserve in your life. Okay, so the final card in this, is the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is for me, when I look at the Ten of Pentacles, this is the card of the, when everything has really come together. It's a card of someone or people who have worked really hard together to, I'd say, get where they are, to know that they are deserving. This is it's a card of family. I know it's not a cups card or a hearts card, but it is a new beginning within the family. It's almost like your dreams that are coming true. So, and the picture just flashed in front of my head, and it really, if your dream is to have this family or have this commitment, have this connection, this togetherness, and if you're waiting for one of the three, your mind, body, spirit, if you're waiting for, finances to settle in, if you're waiting for the time when to be exactly right, you have to put that out into the universe and just allow the universe to bring forth when they know. The universe knows more than you do, knows that you are ready to accept. But this means that it's all going to come together and you will receive, and it will be plenty, and it's like all your hopes and dreams all coming together. So be clear on what you want and then move towards that. I hope that made sense. There's a sense also within that card, and I just have to say this as well, is because this is a renewal of something or a newness. This is, if this is in regards to a relationship, it's a new relationship. But I think what's so important in this card is that the woman is so strong, but she's so gentle. And I talk a lot in my classes about a gentle strength. And strength, so many people think it's because you come with the strength and courage, come with the lion and that sort of thing, but it's really not about that kind of strength. It's the gentle strength. Strength doesn't have to be hard or mean or tough. It can be very, very gentle. So you are being asked to be very gentle with yourself, be gentle to and with others. And in this card, really what I'm seeing is it's about somebody really needing to discover, to understand, to make amends with our inner child or their inner child. To, as they say, I got a card from a friend once and it says, it's never too late for a happy childhood. And it's those memories that sometimes weigh us down. So we haven't received because still somewhere down within us, we believe we don't deserve it. And this is saying we need to heal that. But this has to do with perhaps a partnership. And so, again, it could be a work partnership. It can be a love relationship. It can be a business partnership. This is about the wounded child and healing that child. And that's, I'm going to say, what the universe is waiting for. So if you ask, what is the universe waiting for? The universe is waiting for you to heal that inner child, so that you know that you are worthy and deserving of changing those messages that you received as a child, and knowing that you're worthy and you're deserving and you own what you have and what you are. Okay, so the clarifying card, wow, clarifying cards in this, the first card is the Dream, which is similar to the Page of Cups. This is the Six of Cups. And this is about looking back. It's nostalgia. It is the Soulmates card. And this is about the dream. And you can take it towards any way that you want within a dream. Like I always say, it's not just always in regards to relationship, but it can be. And so it's perhaps you have thought that the dream died, but in all honesty, the dream is still alive within you, and it's just waiting for you to clarify and to know and to open up to receive. It's understanding that real love comes not from trying to solve our neediness by depending on another, but by developing our own inner richness and maturity. Then we have so much love to give that we naturally draw love towards us. And so it's not giving up on the dream or the fantasy. It's about connecting with that dream once again and allowing that dream to be alive and really embracing. Okay, so what I'm getting in this regard is that it may not come as the fairy tale or the fantasy that you may have thought it was supposed to. It may come in a different form. So just be open and be secure with ourselves. And so it's asking for what we want. It's knowing what we want and putting it out there with the expectation that we are going to receive, but we also have the expectation that we deserve what's coming towards us. So this is again about really being passionate, finding that passion, and working towards it, walking towards it. Okay, so the next card is creativity. And I guess this sort of goes along. It's a major arcana card, and it's about how do we bring in or finding ways, or what should we do, or excuse me. There might be something deep within you that is asking you to become really creative. I'm sorry, I apologize about this, because these messages are going through my head, because this is something about, there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom, technique and experience, and tools. These are all wonderful, but they're just tools. And the key is to abandon oneself to the energy that fuels the birth of all things. And the important thing to do is to be open to what wants to be expressed. And remember that we don't possess our creations. They do not belong to us. True creativity arises from a union with the divine. And when we connect with the divine in our creativity and asking for and bringing forth, and when we just allow, we become more divine as we become more creative, because of, I'm going to say, because of the fact that we're open to the pathway that asking opens the pathway. We're open to the pathway before us. I have a really good friend that's an artist, and well, she's many things, but one of the most important things is that she is an artist, and all of the things that she does with her creativity astounds me. And she'll go from this thing to the next, and it's almost just like that she's led, and I don't even know how she finds or figures out, but she just goes, and it's like she just allows it to transform, to come into creation, come into fruition. And so this is about just allowing that creativity and not being afraid of it, to step forward into the creativity. Okay, so the cards, this is from my deck. And so the first card is the Spirit of Earth. And this card represents the fact that Spirit is with us. This is a female figure that's close to, it could be an, I'm getting a sense here for somebody that it is, and it's not going to be for everybody, but for somebody it is a close friend that has passed, and that they are around bringing, trying to help you to connect with all of your wants and desires, trying to make sure that you're being gentle and honest with yourself. So for others, it may be an aunt, or I don't think it's a mother figure, but it's I believe that it's a younger figure. So that it's not going to ring true for everybody, obviously, but it may ring true for some. And so however it rings true in your life, there is a spirit around you, and it's a very gentle soul that is just reminding you to be gentle with yourself, to be open up, to be to love yourself enough. And it's almost what I'm seeing in my head is somebody it's almost like a child that's so excited and that they're going to get something or do something, and that's sort of the energy that they want to create within you, is to remind you that energy that it does create within oneself. And that energy to, let's say you're a musician or wanting to be a musician. And so it's visualizing, and then it's practicing, and it's playing, and it's just reminding you to have fun with it. So whether you're an artist, you're a musician, whether you are a I can't think, a singer, anything, because the person actually I'm thinking with here is a singer. And so it's going back to that place of gentleness and kindness, and just doing. When we were kids, we did whatever we loved to do. And so it's going back to remind ourselves of that. So if I go back to the Ten of Pentacles, then this and the child self and this card, those two cards come together saying that healing that inner child. And that's what this spirit that's around us is asking us to do, is to heal that inner child within us and to be really, really gentle with ourselves. So, okay, there we go. So the next card is the universal lesson, the lesson within today, and it's of healing. And so it's very much about healing our inner child, healing those parts of us that feel unworthy and we don't think we deserve, but really healing to allow all that energy can't come out of us if it's being blocked. So we want to release that which doesn't serve us out into the universe, and always sending it with blessings and love, having it to be healed, healing ourselves with the messages that we send ourselves, that we tell ourselves. And remember, keeping, so if you have to, recite a mantra to yourself, discover what that mantra is so that you can replace those messages of unworthiness or whatever those messages are to the message that you want to truly believe within yourself. So if it's I am worthy and I am deserving of all, whatever the message is, it's rewriting that message within you. And so as you're sitting down and spending 5 minutes in meditation, or just 5 minutes in quiet when you've asked, and then you go to the place of the unknown, and then you start rewriting those messages. So you just say over and over and over to yourself, whatever those messages are. And it, could be, I am worthy, I'm deserving, I am deserving of, and then whatever it is that you're deserving of. I have earned, I am a divine being of the universe, and I just, whatever you want to believe to bring into, but it's really about self-belief. But it's believing right down into your heart and into your soul. And that's when you will trust, because you know you've earned it and deserved it. Okay, so the next card, and this is of the shadow self, and it's the wisdom of the crow. And so you are really being, I should show you the card, sorry. And the crow is about finding a way. Crows are one of the most, I think they're all intelligent species, but crows are one of the most intelligent birds, species around. I watched once a television show on crows, and I was flabbergasted of their intelligence. They will find a way. If there's a will, there's a way. And basically, that's what this message is. And having to work through the fear, so that you work without fear. And the card is also shape-shifting. So that means that we can recreate ourselves. We can rewrite the messages that we instilled in us as we grew up, so that we can believe and know that we are honestly worthy and deserving of all that we ask for. And if it can be as simple as, all I want is to be happy, but then defining. So you can start from that place. I am deserving of happiness, knowing that, and then working without fear to create, to bring that forth. Okay, so it's working without fear through the unknown, and always doing it from a place of love and not from, okay, so there may be a few people that perhaps are unaware that I'm going to say that they've deceived themselves. I'm not saying that they're mean or bad or anything like that. I'm just saying we often live with a certain amount of deception, and the deception is the messages that we may have been telling ourselves that are untrue. It's not that we're terrible people or anything like that. And everybody, remember that also that everybody has a past, and our past, as if we grow and open up to the new and bless our past, then it stays in the past. But we don't have to, sorry, the image that I just got in my head is somebody that's walking around with a ball and chain on their ankle. And so that's kind of sometimes what our past does to us, is that we carry it around like this big ball, and we can barely move forward. And all it takes is for us to take the chain off from around our foot, so that we can just walk and move forward. But this is just letting all that go, releasing all of that baggage, that ball and that chain, just releasing it and blessing it and sending it away and saying, thank you for, allowing me to learn this lesson that I am worthy and deserving of, and then just move forward. So on the, my favorite card, this is my card, I'm going to say, my animal spirit is eagle. And so this card, which is our reveal self, and this is how people see us, and it's the wisdom of the eagle. And so this is about an illumination of spirit, and this is about that calm, that patience, that honestly, I keep going back to the fact that when we ask that for what we want, if you've ever watched an eagle at the top of a tree, or they're usually at the top of trees, always at the top of trees. If you watch them, that patience, that level of, they are so focused on what they want, what they're going for, but they're so patient because they just know. They don't have that blockage. They don't have any of those blockages, and they also don't allow anything else to get in the way of what they truly want. So it's that sort of image, what Spirit is asking you to do at this time, and the message was to rise above. It's time to rise above who you thought you were to become who you are. That is your right, that is your way, and that's the path forward. So rise above and illuminate yourself, and as you heal yourself, you become lighter and lighter, and that ball and chain will just be released. Okay, so the next card, this is from the Shaman's Oracle, and the card is the Dancer of Inspiration. And so the Dancer of Inspiration comes to us because it's a reminder of being worthy of. It's when you've asked for something, the Dancer of Inspiration says basically to believe and live in the essence of what or who or how you want to be. So live that life. It's like it's a transformation, and it's a flow, and it's always the Dancer of Inspiration is always trying to bring inspiration and joy to you and the essential moments of your life. And this has a dual meaning to it. I'm also getting the fact that you have to, that part of your pathway, and again, this isn't going to relate to everybody, but part of your pathway is to inspire others. And that's through your achievements. And so I think I said it before as well, but we can all inspire somebody, especially if you're a parent. You can inspire your children. You can inspire others by doing and by being, by living this life of inspiration, of being focused on what we really want, finding that clarity. And in doing so, being in that space of the unknown meeting the known. And this leads you to the gates of the highest wonder. because we don't allow obstacles in our way. And any obstacles that do come in our way, because they're going to come, we don't see them as a roadblock. So the inspiration, it's like the creativity can come to you at any moment, and we have to be open to that. And it brings us a blaze of wisdom, of understanding, and it transforms anything that we do. And it gives us that push, that drive, that blessing that grows within us, that recreates, and it reveals or unfolds a deeper and more profound sense of our own purpose. And the dancer of inspiration resonates with a measure of inner certainty that cannot be diminished and shines the light of possibility upon us all. In achieving a moment of revelation, that's the creativity, we also are able to inspire others. And this is one of the greatest acts that we can offer as humans, and that's inspiring somebody else through ourselves. That's the give and take. That's the believing in ourselves. And so we can inspire in somebody else that which they are, and giving them that hope that perhaps they need at this moment. So that's being the catalyst. That's the word catalyst. But okay, so the next card is the card of the companion. And really the card of the companion is about bringing forth, moving forward. It's moving forward with another, but the other, in some cases maybe with spirit, but it's a rebonding of our, so I'm seeing two sides come together. It's about a rediscovery of our connection with our higher self, and you know who our higher self is, ourself, our whole self. When we connect with our higher self, we are connecting and being wholly and aligned with our guides, with spirit. And the companion is an important and powerful ally. So trust in the universe, trust in God, trust in your dreams, your hopes, your visions, your guidance that you receive. And you'll know that your journey is protected. You'll feel it. You'll see it as you move along. For other people, this is going to be a connection, because I do see in this, for some people, this is really a connection with another. And it could be a connection with a partner, a lover, or in business, a friend, but there's a connection here. I can see this completely on two different levels. One is so much a pathway of somebody that is work inspired and helping, seeing that their knowledge, their wisdom, their gifts can be used to inspire, to regenerate, to motivate another. So that's from your story. And so on the other side, it can bring a bringing in of a life partner, a soulmate, however you see it, of finding that person and walking together as one in unity and being the best that you can possibly be, and always walking towards that pathway of always seeing more than seeing more than like having, I don't know how I can explain this, dreaming bigger than you thought you could. I hope that makes sense. But being able to see that because you've healed that, you're doing your healing, you're becoming, you are believing that you can now obtain, possess, great word, obtain, that you can bring forth, manifest into fruition all of this greatness that you never thought possible, but that's by letting down all those barriers and boundaries. Okay, so the next cards are from the Spirit, I can't remember what it's called, Spirit deck. And so they're spiritual messages. So the first ones, it says, when I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. And that is so true, and it rings true, that if we're tuned into an energy of self-doubt, unworthiness, of feeling that we're undeserving, then that's what's going to resonate back to us. We have to push through that, and we have to tune into the energy of abundance. And so see ourselves, believe ourselves, to know ourselves as abundant, and that energy will manifest within itself. The next one, and this is with the help of Spirit. Oh, we talked about this too. I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. And I love the picture, actually, very much so. I have a set of angel wings in my room, and I love angel wings. Anyways, that's beside the point. So this is about, we've said asking opens the doorway. So that's the first step, is asking. The next step is releasing all limitations, boundaries, to not believing that we deserve that, and to really feeling it down within ourselves, creating that energy, and then slowly stopping. Don't force anything to come. Sometimes we need to slow down and listen to where we are being guided to. So to find that time, to take that time to slow down, to see where the guidance is coming from, and listen to the guidance. You are being divinely guided, because we all are divinely guided. And so it's connect to that energy, asking for that divine guidance, the divine goodness, knowing again that we are children of the universe, that we are children of God, the Creator, however you see that role in your life. Know that, connect with that. Another image that just came through my head, and it goes back to that child self, is perhaps a time when you were younger where you would just really connect with that guidance, and then released it out into the universe, and then that's what brings it back to us. So be conscious of slowing down to listen and hear the guidance that's available to you. And the last, wow, goes further than that. It's in stillness I receive. And there you go. And so that really says it all. So within your heart, just listen to the stillness within your heart, and just let go of the thoughts that are coming. And we want to live in a state of mindfulness, and it's in that state of mindfulness that is very still, and that's always going back to the breath. Our breath is always present. For if our breath wasn't present, we wouldn't be alive. So our breath is always present. And so going back to that place of stillness, to that place of where we can send ourselves those messages that are really necessary to open us up to the divine guidance that we want to hear and that we're seeking to receive. And so I'm just going to pick two cards from this deck that I have no idea what it's called. So interesting thing, the card that comes up is relaxation. Allow yourself to be lazy. It's okay to do nothing. And so I believe what that message here, so a lot of this is asking us to be still, to just allow, that we always don't have to push forward, that we get to relax and remember who we are, remember what our dreams are, to just sit back and relax. And doing nothing is doing nothing. Allowing our mind to be blank and clearing out. It's the worries, stresses, all that are not going to get you any further. That's what's going to pull you back. So go to the place where you can take your mantra and change the messages within, and just find time to relax. The next card that comes up is goals. And that's about your mantra. Set the goals, write it down, release the outcome. Small steps make a big difference. And that's what we were talking about right from the beginning, asking. And so it's writing it down, releasing it, and being grateful for all of the steps. But knowing what you want. And I've never actually looked at this card, but it's really it's a bird cage. So it's often we put ourselves into this cage, and that's the door can be opened and to let out. So that's to set the goals and set it out into our energy out into the universe. Set our goals out into the universe, and then just allow, okay? And the final card is of self-love. And so it's really about caring for yourself, caring for your mind, for your body. Self-love and self-acceptance are the ultimate acts of self-care. So spend some time loving who you are, fearlessly loving who you are, and becoming so knowing that you are deserving and that you've earned your right, that you've earned your pathway to be opened to all of your hopes, dreams, and desires. Okay, so those are the messages for today. And I do hope some resonated, or one or a couple resonated within you. And so have an amazing and blessed day today, with peace, love, and joy in your heart. And send yourself those messages that tell yourself how worthy and deserving and loving and kind that you are. And then share that with others. Okay, have a wonderful day.